Welcome back into In Focus Kentucky, where each week we take a look at one different issue. And for this week's episode, we're talking about the economic and fiscal impacts of the craft beer and wine industries. And to get the wine perspective, I decided to come down to the city of Augusta, Kentucky in Bracken County to talk about the historic winery that's had a major impact on this community. Augusta, Kentucky is the definition of a small town with a population of just over 1,000 people, where locals describe their town as a place where everybody knows everybody and a community with many historical treasures. Nina Clooney, the mother of Hollywood actor George Clooney, has owned a home in the city of Augusta since the mid-1970s and says the rich history of the Baker Bird Winery has made their small town a major tourist destination.
There's a little store and people come in and ask what's going on or what they should see, and I'm always thrilled to say we have a winery here, a very old winery in an incredible building.
That building is made of stone and was built by Abraham Baker in the mid-1800s. It's now owned by Dinah Bird, who bought the winery in 2002 and says this winery is the oldest commercial winery in America.
Records show in 1864 and 1865 that over 36,000 gallons of wine was shipped out of Augusta at $2.36 a gallon. And then records show that 50% of the wine consumed in America at one point in time came out of Augusta, Kentucky.
Dinah says a lot of the success of the winery back in the pre-Civil War days was due to the abundant amount of vineyards and access to grapes.
So there was an entrepreneur here, Bradford, who we believe would buy up the grapes from both sides of the river. And then there were several wine cellars like this one. This one just happened to be the biggest.
The wine business in Augusta dried up literally shortly after the Civil War Battle of Augusta in 1862, and the land that this historic winery sits on passed through several owners throughout the years, and the building was even used as a home for families. Since reopening this winery to the public in 2010, Dinah Bird has worked hard to keep this historical landmark while adding her own spin to the Baker Bird legacy.
Today what we're trying to do is we're trying to make wines that reflect Kentucky. Because when I opened the winery back in 2010, there were 2,663 wineries in America bonded. Today we have over 10,000.
This 100-year-old wine cellar is still used to age wine out of barrels, but only 3 to 4 barrels at a time. Bird estimates at its peak in the 1850s, this historic cellar could hold over 5,000 barrels, which would make 1.7 million bottles of wine.
It is 40 feet wide, 40 feet tall, and 90 feet hand dug into the hill.
From hosting group outings to offering taste testing tours of the award-winning winery, there's no question that this major tourist destination will remain a historical treasure for people of all ages for many years to come. Thanks so much for watching In Focus Kentucky. You can watch this or any of our past shows online at SpectrumInFocus.com. And of course, you can follow me on social media, Facebook and Twitter. Just search @Mario Anderson TV to keep up with updates about this show. Have a great week.